Alrighty, it's time I brought some Warhammer back into the channel. It's been too long. I had to put a pause on my successor chapter series just because when the Raven Guard chapter dropped with the Salamander Champion Pack in Space Marine 2, that kind of threw a curveball towards me as I was working on Raven Guard at the time, and then I had to switch priorities and move over to a different successor chapter. Some of you guys recommended I do Iron Hands, Imperial Fists, although unfortunately Imperial Fists are such an old chapter. They're basically part of Warhammer when Warhammer first began as a tabletop thing, and the whole thing started. And to be quite frank, there hasn't been any updates at all to the wiki for it. And the wiki has been mainly my main source for all the heraldry, especially for the ones I'm not familiar with. A lot of it is just descriptions on what they do, not what their what their color schemes is, their heraldry, or not even a picture. And the ones that do have pictures and descriptions, they're so minuscule that it's basically like you're just slightly recoloring an Imperial Fist, and you won't even be able to tell it's a completely different chapter. But besides that, there was that recent update. The public test server went live. I don't know if I'm going to download the public test server for Space Marine 2. But they are going to be testing out a whole bunch of features for Update 7.0, which is going to be their huge update. You're going to be adding the new PvE mission Exfiltration, I believe is what it's called, as well as obviously the Horde mode. And what better way to get ready for Horde mode than to jump into Warhammer 40k Darktide. Darktide is a Horde shooter, co-op shooter. I'm sure many of you have heard of it. If you haven't played it, probably good time to get around to playing it. It's actually gotten way better since day one. I've had the game since day one. It wasn't the greatest on day one, but now it's pretty amazing now. There's quite a lot to do now. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to jump straight into a mission. Oh, a Maelstrom. I'm going to do a Maelstrom mission. It's only a Malice level difficulty, but it should be fun. Wave of specialist enemies, Nurgle's Blessing. Yeah, let's try this.
Tertian can't fight without a sustainable water supply. So guess what the heretics have gone after? The heretics have taken control of a storage silo. You can bet that's where the trouble is. Drive the demon out, and if the Emperor wills, we'll get drinkable water in the hive again.
Oh, and I joined a game that they failed. Okay. Alright. That's a first. Joining a game in which the game's already over. So let's try that again. May as well just quickly go over my loadout. So here I'm using a heavy eviscerator. It's basically a chainsaw, two-handed. Really good. Have a lot of fun with it. Really good for horde clearing and really good against single target as well. And then I have a double-barreled shotgun. I think this is a newer weapon that came out because I never saw a double-barreled shotgun. There is a single-barrel shotgun, but I've never used it too much, although it was still pretty fun. But the double-barrel is actually pretty amazing. And then, of course, the bolt pistol. Bolt pistol is really fun to use. And then I also have the bolt gun. Really fun. These three fun. Really, all four of these weapons are fun to use because we have the flamer. I don't know why this is in Space Marine 2 yet, but it should be. The double-barreled shotgun could be a good Space Marine weapon, but then again, the Space Marine's weapon or version of a shotgun is the melter rifle. So all in all, it's a really good loadout. I have a lot of fun with it, although from time to time I will switch it up because there are a couple new weapons I still need to try out. The class that I'm using is the Zealot. They're basically like the tanks almost, so as long as you guys can maintain your melee attacks against a whole bunch of enemies, you'll keep your toughness up. Toughness is basically your shield. Once it depletes, then you'll start taking health damage. And I also have a lot of health as well, so I'm pretty tanky. Really good for some of these missions. So let's try that Maelstrom again. I actually enjoy doing these Maelstrom missions. Okay, so at the moment it's just me, but I'm just gonna go ahead and just ready up, just because players can join mid game, so it's all good. I don't want to wait too long.
With its water supply, chiefly that it's no good for drinking. The trouble's confined to a single silo for now. The heretics are pumping their poison in from there. You know the drill. Drive the demon off, and hopefully that'll get the water clean enough to drink.
See, whereas Space Marine 2 takes place in and around the Hive City, and here this is a different Hive City, but we're actually in the heart of the Hive City, so it's amazing. Like, look at all that. I love the architecture. I love that gothic look. Like, Darktide nailed the aesthetic of the Warhammer universe. I just love how detailed it is. Okay, good. We have 4 players who joined us, so it's all good. I also love how, it's a horde shooter in 40k, but it's also more visceral than Space Marine 2. But that just comes down to it because it's a first person, not a third person. Although I'm not knocking Space Marine 2 at all. Space Marine 2 is fun in its own right. And for those of you that don't know, Darktide, we actually are... The main enemy is Nurgle, so the forces of Nurgle and Chaos. So we will face demons as well as just your basic infested NPCs. Looks like we have 2 Ogrins on our team. Darktide is definitely one of those games like Vermintide where you can play for a couple games and it'll just satiate your want for any type of co-op horde game, that type of thing. Oh, we got 3 Ogrins. Got a specialist. That's a specialist enemy right there. This is health. Don't need it. As you can see on the left side, on the lower left side of our screen, where everyone's profile is at, you can see I have the most health. So long as I maintain my toughness, which is that small little blue bar above my health bar, I'm basically unstoppable. Should be a pretty smooth game for us considering we do have 3 Ogrins. But that does mean we do have to really share the ammo. But Ogrins are not really melee based unless they have the specific weapon. Toss a grenade up there. Oh, there we go. There's a Nurgle boss, a Chaos spawn. That's just one of many different types of Nurgle bosses we can face. Although that's one of the easier bosses, really. There's a demon host. Everyone always tends to ignore them because they actually are a bit strong, although I believe we can easily take out that guy, but no one ever wants to face them. You only have a certain amount of time to take out that spawn, that demon host. Oh, we're gonna have to defend this bridge, so this is gonna be a horde section. So this will be fun. Man, this game is in such a much better spot than it was day one. You guys definitely should play it. It's definitely worth it. It's also a good way to experience a different part of Warhammer that isn't just, having to deal with Space Marines. Oh, we got more people behind us? I think they do spawn behind us as well. It is a lower difficulty, so the Horde isn't as crazy. I usually do Heresy. I think Heresy is a good middle ground. Good amount of enemies, good sizable Horde. Oh, Berserker. Those guys can just shred your health if you're not careful because they constantly attack you. So you always have the best way to combat them is to block and then push them out, do a counterattack. Just inspect this gun, shall we? Look at that. Beautiful looking weapon. Now let's inspect this thing. Beautiful looking weapon of war.
Let's just smash.
This game is good for, you know, a couple hours of play. It does get a bit repetitive, but you know, it is a Horde shooter that is to be expected. And it's co-op. Look at that, I got 3 Ogryn buddies with me. Okay, what happened there? Some of these maps you can get a little bit lost because there really is no waypoint, so to speak. Got a trapper, I gotta wait. Fire both barrels. That's the thing with this double barrel shotgun, you can fire it individually, or you can fire both barrels. I love the counter on this thing.
Indeed, the Ogryn is mighty.
It really is a really good Horde clearer.
I am the hand of benevolence, deliverer of justice. Die, beast!
Just what I wanted. What the switch move? Short Good time.
Man, I love this shotgun.
Fires all hell. Ammo.
Got a Horde. Plague Ogryn, another boss. I'll just all keep this guy staggered. Another Horde coming in.
Even the Ogryn can be guided to holy work.
I'll let the other guys take that ammo. I don't need it at the moment. Oop, I got grabbed. I'll make it a little bit easier. Oh, we got a sniper somewhere.
Where is he?
Alright, we gotta go and find that sniper. Oh, I guess the sniper got taken out.
Do you hear that? A hound! Irish hound!
50K!
Ooh, I took a lot of damage right there.
Dead!
Oh, someone dropped a health station. Or health pack. Oh, I didn't mean to throw the grenade. Now we gotta defend. That's another thing about this game too, is the music's really good.
Great shot, gather!
Drop a head, ammo tin for everyone. Toss out some grenades.
Skillful strike! You surprise me!
Pretty easy, although this was a Malice difficulty Maelstrom mission, so it wasn't nothing to write home about. I've had some pretty difficult heresy Maelstrom missions. Alright, gonna try this again. I was gonna do another mission, this time with the Psyker. I guess it didn't record because I was getting ready to edit it, and that's when I noticed I didn't have that other video, so I have to go back and redo it. So the first mission I did was with the Zealot, and now here we are with my Psyker. I am not a great Psyker to begin with. The Psyker's... I don't know how to actually use the Psyker efficiently, because I'm so used to playing the Zealot, you know, being that up in your face type gameplay, very tanky and all that. I can't really do that with the Psyker, and the Psyker is more crowd control. My particular build is centered around keeping hordes stunned, make it easier for my teammates to get in the kills. I do have an electrokinetic force staff equipped. I just bought it because I don't really use staffs a whole lot because they're kind of hard to use, but I figured I think I might have to start getting around to learning how to actually use these staffs efficiently, and I like electrical attacks, so let's see what we can do.
There's a vast cogitator array hidden in the torrent. The heretics use it for gathering intel, so let's exploit that. Security's no joke, but some of the ex-cartel, now Mobian lucky gun hands, will have today's cipher idents. There'll be secondary defenses in the array itself, but nothing you can't handle. Make the Emperor proud.
Wasn't much better before the heretics moved in. Trust me on that.
This is where the misfits hide from the Imperium's injustice.
What a knife to sift through human.
Well, I don't think it's a good idea to go into heresy with a staff I'm not really familiar with, but I kind of like doing the trial by fire type things, learn as I go.
Going.
Triumph shall be ours in the beneficent Emperor's name. Gunner!
They have us at a disadvantage!
Heretic.
Where do those come from? Where are those shots coming from?
Place your maker hand.
Nearly died in a place like this. Gunfight between the two pillar gangs, and I got caught in between.
I think it's just enough! My isn't executive! Slay that gunner!
Okay, so maybe I already understand how it works. I think it's easier to use in the flame staff.
Shut gunner!
We fight in his
Watch
own
out!
light.
Gunner!
Children, the barrel.
Do some crowd control. Now that entire horde is stunned, makes it easier for my teammates to go in and get some kills,
Dead now!
because they're all specialist enemies too. Quell some of my perils.
Hellshot inbound.
Gotta get more of that. So needed.
Now that's something only the blind will know. No merciful death.
Still not dead? Now he's dead. Yeah, all these updates that Darktide got made the game so much better. It's so much more fun to play. And apparently they're going to be doing some more reworks as well, so that's always a welcome change. Demon Host. I actually would like to fight that Demon Host.
Morrow is mine in the past. Old voices and old faces.
Guilty conscience? Or is he just a big old zombie?
Find solace. Oh, God's flame outside!
All that knows.
Darktide, eh? Believe me when I say it's no worse off for the heretics taking over.
Not so clever now, eh?
I think this is the way.
Take your shots!
Man, that's some terrible aim.
Point of no return.
Taking a shot.
We're surrounded! A house is nearby!
Whoa, where did I get? Huh, I don't wonder what happened.
Serious injury!
Felt like I was getting shot from all directions.
Can anyone hear me?
Ooh, well, this was a bust. Frankly, wouldn't have lost that if I wasn't using Psyker, but I think Psyker is my weakest class. You know, I definitely do have to go back to the drawing board with Psyker, probably do easier difficulty missions. That way I can get used to how to play the class again, and then can go back to doing some heresy missions. So until then, next Saturday I might actually do some more Darktide. Kind of got burnt out on doing the successor chapters for Space Marine 2, especially with how little there was to work with for Imperial Fist, which was I was supposed to work on them next. And I think after 2 videos, there just wasn't a whole lot of material to work with, just because, like I said earlier, there isn't a whole lot of updates to the Warhammer Wiki, which is where most of my source comes from, especially when it comes down to successor chapters I'm not familiar with. So that's going to be put on hold indefinitely. But otherwise, I do want to plan on trying to do more Warhammer again, and I do want to keep that to a schedule, which is every Saturday do something Warhammer. So more than likely next Saturday will probably be more Darktide, and will probably be a much larger, or not much larger, but a longer video, because I think this one was an entire mission with the Zealot, and then whatever happened with the Psyker. You can also let me know if you want to see more Darktide, or if you want to see a different Warhammer game every Saturday. I mean, I have a plethora of Warhammer games we could play, so just let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on that next video. Bye.